So usually I don't highlight our normal bettas like our veils, crown tails, and half moons, but there's a half moon in right now, and honestly, if I haven't had to go somewhere else before going home for the last 2 days, I would have bought this guy already. But this dude is phenomenal. Welcome to the Tye-Dyed Iguana, guys. I'm Eric, and I'm going to show you some aquatics today. So first off, some of the newer fish that we've got in. We have some roseline sharks that came in. Really nice, kind of on the smaller side, but nice part about that, you get to see them grow. And those guys, if you're not familiar with them, awesome little fish, a lot of activity, really cool. Some other ones that we got in there, we got in some new Bosemani rainbows. The ones that actually came in, some of the best color I've seen on some Bosemanis in a while. Really, really nice looking ones. If you guys happen to look in this tank and I got plants floating, we just got a plant order in, so ignore the mess for a minute. I'm putting some of those in. Also, hiding in my mess of plants right now, we did just get in a new Arowana. So a nice little silver Arowana, good, healthy little guy right now. So got a little bit of room before you need like a monster tank if you're starting them out in something smaller, but remember those guys do get big and do need a lot of room. All right, down here we did get in some blue Rasbora heteromorphas. Those guys are very similar to the standard heteromorphas or the harlequins, but the blue, you just don't get that same amount of like that rose coloring on them. They're kind of just a solid blue color. Also in there, we got some new ember tetras, kind of a fan favorite, nice little small reddish fish, reddish orange, I would say. And then to go with that reddish orange, we got in a really nice new veil-tail koi betta, which looks really good, really nice size this week. We got in a bunch of shrimp this week. We did get in some new chili razabaras, which had been hard for me to get in. They're kind of hit or miss. Sometimes they're available like crazy and then they might be out for a month. Anyways, we got in chili razabaras in, looking really good. Also some more gold wrestling half beaks. If you're not familiar with them, you like think about taking a gar and mixing it with a guppy. You get a live bearing fish that kind of looks like a gar, but not as aggressive. So really cool. Also got some more glow cory cats in this week. They're looking really good, really nice and bright. We got some more gold rams in this week. They're looking really awesome. Nice bright colors and showing off quite a bit. Also some silver tip tetras, which I think is a little underappreciated. They get a nice amber color on the males with a nice white kind of tip on them. Look really cool. Another restock of gold barbs, which are a awesome barb. As they get bigger, man, their color just really pops. They are kind of a gold color, but they get this nice highlight of red. Also some black speckling throughout. Just really cool. If I had a bigger tank, I would definitely be getting those. A nice new restock of barbs this week. Well, tiger barbs, that is. We got in some really good greens, some really good standard tiger barbs, all looking really healthy and happy. And we got a few monsters in there too this week. This tank here, we got in some more electric blue rams, which electric blues just have an awesome color. I'm gonna need to set up a new tank for those myself. And then inside of there too, we got some really nice peacock gudgeons, some really good size. A lot of times we get them in kind of small and that color just is like, oh, it's there. But if you look really close, you can see some awesome patterning on those guys and they're super cool. Oh, I did get in another betta. So another betta that I do have over here, we have in a platinum white half moon betta, and it is looking super dope. Kind of has some cellophane tips to its tail, which is kind of that clear iridescent color. But otherwise, he is just nice, bright, white, and looking phenomenal. So up here, we got in some new female bettas. They're pretty awesome. The female bettas you can run in a sorority tank with caution, so that means just putting a few of them together. I do recommend probably more than 3 for the best situation. Kind of evens out aggression, heavily planted ideally. It can go bad, so I'm not telling you it'll always work, but with a good mix of them, you should be pretty decent. Another really interesting tetra that we got in, I feel like it gets overlooked a lot just because it's a silver fish, but the red eye tetras are actually really cool. Bright red eye, some interesting patterning. I like their scale structure, lines in between each scale. Makes it look really cool, really pronounced and kind of pop. But you know, with that red eye and that cool colored tail, looks really awesome. Down here, we did get some new Oscars in. A few little guys, looking really good, nice color. And then next to those, we did get in a new batch of Jack Dempsey's and Firemouse cichlids. I love Firemouse, they just look super cool. And then the Jack Dempsey's have always been kind of a fan favorite, so looking really awesome there. Up here, swordtails have been very popular lately. and we got in kind of a new assortment. I had been getting some like standard lines of them, but we got in some that are really just kind of a good mixture. So kind of a lot of different colors to choose from and something really kind of cool to have. I'm glad to see swordtails moving again. It seems like popularity on them kind of died for a while, but swordtails are kind of one of my favorite live bears for sure. We did get in a bunch of mollies again this week as well. Nice orange black ones that kind of came in. So half blacks with the orange front, and then a lot of just nice orange ones too. But we still have a mixture of a lot of other stuff in there as well. Did get some new guppies in, you know, our kind of standard staple, but some really nice colors on guppies this week. And then a bunch of platies. And some of these platies that came in are like very large for, you know, a pet store platy. Usually we see them, you know, on the smaller side, but these guys came in really nice, really big. So usually I don't highlight our normal bettas like our veileds, crown tails, and half moons, but there's a half moon in right now. And honestly, if I haven't had to go somewhere else before going home for the last 2 days, I would have bought this guy already. But this dude is phenomenal. Like, check him out. He is just so, why do you have to turn wrong in the cup all the time? Just look at that, can you see it?
Yeah.
Just that blue body with the solid black fins. Honestly, if he's still here tomorrow, he's coming home with me. So he is just amazing looking. So I'll get rid of my flag fish for this guy for sure. That's going to be it for fish this week, guys. So hope you have a wonderful weekend, and we will see you next time.